Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name's David and this is my channel. Today we're going to continue talking about creation and how we create our life, and we're going to talk about feelings. Feelings by far are the building blocks of creation. And we can get this a little mixed up sometimes because sometimes we believe that the world, and as we move around the world and it comes and unfolds in our experience, we have different feelings of it. Well, I like that, and that one makes me feel this way. That one doesn't make me feel very good, and that one I just feel like that's not working for me. You see, so as you look at those feelings, the world coming back to us, and then us talking about how we feel about it. Now, that's one side of the equation. If it was the yin and yang energy, it would be the one coming back, the circle coming back. This is what gives us the illusion that the world is out there and not coming from us. And that is an illusion, that everything's not coming from us, back to us, from us, back to us. And it gives us two parts, one that goes out and one that comes back. But it never comes back from something or someone else or anything else. And this is hard for us to see. So as we understand feelings, then you'll see that what you're feeling, I feel this way and I feel this way and I feel this way, regardless of what it is indeed what you are deciding to put onto your creation, and then now you're feeling it back. It does not have the ability, no creation, no person, no thing has the ability to be a cause of your feelings. It's really important to understand that. And this is where we have our mix-up. And that's what stops the giving and receiving energy, because now we're receiving, but we're blocking what is coming in because of how it makes us feel. Does that make sense? Think about that. I don't know if I like that, so therefore I'm kind of pushing against it, or I'm attacking my own creation here because of how it's making me feel. This doesn't make me feel good. This doesn't make me feel good. When I look at this, it makes me feel sad. And this right here makes me feel angry. And this one here makes me feel really great. And this one makes me feel this. You see? So now we say, you are making me feel. You are making me feel. And that's not true. We are each deciding how we feel first and foremost. And then the creation, the person, the place, the thing is then reflecting back to us in physical form what we have decided to feel about it. That creates the circle. You see, and that's what really needs to happen. Once we understand that things are starting from us and moving back to us, there's never a moment where something is coming to us that's not starting from us. And that's the secret. That's the secret. So feelings, and hopefully you're able to receive that as much as we can. So feelings is the building block. In other words, everything starts with feeling. If you really think about it, like Abraham Hicks says, everything you want is so you can feel good in the having of it. If you watch anyone in Law of Attraction talking about how to make those millions and how to manifest, what do they always say? You got to feel it. You got to be it. You got to feel it, right? Go watch them and you'll see. You have to feel it first. You have to see it in your mind. You have to feel it. So that feeling, when someone feels something, right? Oh, it's like I call it like stickiness. It's like, oh, things coming together. It's a feeling. So feelings, especially positive feelings, feel really good. I feel like they come together and things come and move and kind of stick together. That makes me feel amazing. That makes me feel wonderful. That makes me feel terrific, you see? Or that makes me feel upset, or that makes me feel frustrated. So there's this idea of feeling on both sides. So we have these two worlds. We have positive feeling and we have negative feeling, okay? Now, the first thing I will always recommend right out of the gate is when you speak or when you're walking around the world, in order to get more of a handle on this, I recommend saying, this is making me feel. I feel. Using the word feeling really helps. Not, I don't know about this or this. Use the word feel, because that really hones in that this is a feeling, and that's what needs to happen. We need to understand that the world is making us feel a certain way. Then from there, you move back into what we were talking about in the other video. I have created this. This is a feeling I've created. I'm sending it out. It's not something that's coming back to me. It's something that I'm putting out and receiving back in the form of a reflection, of a physical reflection, like a mirror. So then now between those two parts, I'm feeling this way. This is how I feel about this. I know this feeling must be coming from me. It's not coming from outside. And now you've got a good way of getting ahead of this in your life as far as creation. So now from there, if it's a negative feeling, all you have to do is say, I embrace this feeling. Now that I know it's coming from me, I embrace this feeling with love and innocence. It's just the physical world is literally just a manifested mirror of how you feel. It really is. It's a manifested mirror of how you feel. And if it makes you feel bad, there's no reason to go out there and try to change it or force it or beat it or attack it. It's just manifestations that are here today and gone tomorrow. It's the feeling within them that have all the substance for you. If it doesn't make you feel good, embrace it and forgive it and give it innocence. Got to let it go so therefore you can move into a new creation. Otherwise, you'll hold on to it. Do you see? And now by holding on to some of these things, not knowing they're coming from us, we have created something that your inner being and that your higher self, the Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, that God of mind, that mind of God, doesn't have, and that we do. And that is a negative feeling world. If we look at our feelings like a whole world of itself, your inner being, your higher perspective doesn't have that world. It doesn't understand negative emotion. Now that's really important. But what is negative emotion energetically? It would make sense. Of course it doesn't understand it because the universe would never understand negative emotion because negative emotion contracts and stops things from flowing. Do you see? And if it's an energetic and vibrational universe, doesn't it make sense? It wants to flow. It wants to move. Sadness contracts. Happiness expands. And the more you start looking at some of these words in terms of how they make you feel, you're going to see the vibrational essence of them. You know, joy feels like expansion, feels like moving. Excitement feels like what's next? I'm excited. Abundance feels like everything's flowing in. But if you look at anger, it feels like contraction. I'm angry at something. I'm in judgment of something. I don't like something. I want something to stop. That's contraction. If you look at dis-ease, what is it? Contraction. It's always something pushing against something else, isn't it? It's a contraction. So the more we understand that we here in these human bodies with these human minds have two worlds, a mental or emotional or feeling world that is positive and a mental, emotional, feeling world that is negative. The positive one creates flow in our life and the negative one stops flow. Now we believe that we are choosing which emotion to have based on what's coming in. But what I want to help all of us, including myself, understand is that is never the case. We are choosing it based on what we're putting out. You have to sit with that. There's never the choice happening when it's coming in. The choice is happening what you're putting out. So the more we understand, if I'm using how I feel that's coming back, because what the key is to use the world that's coming back to you to know what you're putting out. That's how you create. You remember, you are the creator of everything. There's nothing out there that's not being created by us. There's no help. You are creating it all. You're creating all of it. You're giving it meaning based on the feeling. You're giving it a definition based on your thoughts. You see, that source that is working with us comes from within. It comes through us. That pure positive energy is always moving through us from source. But then we get to color it based on how we feel, based on what we're thinking, and then we create based on that. So only thing we can do is to forgive. Innocence, forgiveness, and innocence. Every time those feelings come back that are negative, we say to ourselves, "Oh, I've elicited that negative feeling world again, and I need to let it go." Source does not agree. It is not known in the universe, negative feelings. That's really important. That's something that only we experience because the universe would never try to stop its growth and its expansion. And negative emotion is always a feeling of stoppage. That's what guilt is. That's what sin is. Do you see? That idea of this is, I don't like it. I don't want to stop it. I want to stop it. I don't like it. The universe doesn't understand that. So I've learned for my own sake as I go into my feeling world and I let go of all negative feelings. I don't try to let go of the manifestations. Let them be. They're here one day, gone the next. But what's creating them is your feeling. That's the building block of everything. So I sit inside this feeling world and I say, there is only goodness. There is only flow. There is only ease. These are some of the things that I do. And if something comes in and says, no, what about that? What about that? I forgive it. You are a creation. I have created this feeling, this thought, and I forgive it. I let it go and I give it peace. This is part of my creation. And yes, it's not easy, but it is the essence of the spiritual journey, because the spiritual journey is not about changing anything out there. It's about changing from within. And it's about creating in a deliberate way. Everybody wants to create deliberately, right? But when you understand that your creations are starting based on how you feel, they are being literally taken out of this feeling world and then putting out into the world. And if we're taking them from a negative feeling world, then we're going to create all kinds of distortion in our lives. And then it's going to come back in the form of negative feelings. And then we're going to blame outside of us and say, it was them, it was them, it was them. When in reality, we did it to ourselves. It was always, always coming from us. So these two worlds, positive and negative feelings, can be construed with separation. Separation in the body is always this idea of both these worlds coming and having a fight with each other, so to speak. That's why when I get any kind of pain in the body, I always say, I created this. That idea of my foot, which is completely healed at this point, is, I spent time going, look, I created you. I created you. And now I'm going to release you with innocence and love. Why love? Because that's positive feeling. That's a feeling that my inner being can hold on to with me. Love and innocence. I release my creation, a creation that seemed like it was pushing against me, a creation that seemed like it was attacking me, which was impossible. And I realize that anything that feels like it's attacking me is always looking for my love. It is my creation. It feels like it's attacking me, but what it really is looking for is my love, because I've been pushing against it. So I release you through love and innocence through the feeling world, and then I replace it. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel flowing. I feel wonderful. I feel the blood flowing. I feel the body moving. I feel, you see, the strength and power. And then I go back into the positive feeling of flow, and then work it and work it and work it and work it. So take these concepts with you. Feeling creates thought. Thought creates matter. That's how it works. If you work on your feelings instead of your thoughts, thoughts are really tough. They're all based on past. They're too specific. It's very difficult to try to change how you think, but it's easier to change how you feel. And it's much easier if you take your feeling world, put it in one place in your mind, and say, I'm only going to focus on positive feelings, because feelings is the mind of God. That's where everything comes from. The mind of God, the mind of Source, is a feeling world. It's a positive, flowing, feeling world. And the more we sit within that positive, flowing, feeling world and start matching those feelings, I feel good, I feel flowing, I feel at ease, I'm going to feel wonderful, I'm going to feel amazing. And we start debunking these negative feelings that anything out there can make you feel not good, that anything out there can make you feel weak, that anything out there can make you feel like it's attacking you, and you let go of that other side. Then what happens is, as you let go of the negative feeling world, and you'll only have the positive feeling world left. That's perfect alignment with Source, because the only thing that's stopping us from aligning with our Source is this potential of negative feeling world that they don't see. It doesn't exist. It's not real. That's why Course in Miracles says it literally, you're giving up nothing. It doesn't exist. Only positivity. God only sees love. Jesus said, God is love. Do you see? It's only love. It's only flow. It's only good. It's only amazing. It's only abundant. And then I get that there's still the creation is coming back showing you that there's otherwise, and the mind might give you an examples of your past, but those are in the past and the future. Now we can control how we feel now by going in there and saying there is only this. There's only a good feeling. And to get that vibration moving and flowing until we can feel the momentum flowing. And now you're connecting to your Source. And from there, those thoughts will come, more specific thoughts of what you're looking for in your life, and then they will stick together. And that's what happens. Those feelings stick those thoughts together, just like the glue. The feelings stick thoughts together like glue, so to speak, and they become your manifested reality. Let go of the thoughts, let go of the specifics, let go of the past, and sit in that feeling world and feel only positive emotion. I recommend this so highly. I do this with my clients. It's the first thing we need to do is get back into this. How do I feel? How do I feel? How do I feel? Can I recognize once again that everything, I'm creating everything, and it's reflecting back a feeling to me to let me know how I feel about it. And then at that moment, say, I'm creating this, therefore, what I'm feeling must be coming from me first and foremost. So now I need to forgive my creations through innocence and forgiveness. That's what forgiveness is. I forgive the outside because it's only demonstrating what I'm already feeling. And then now I go back inside and let go of those negative feelings and move back into a positive feeling place. And that's the process. As we do it more and more and more, it will become easier and easier, I swear. But the answer is always to clean out your feelings until literally there's only positive feelings, and they become the building blocks of your created life. And can you imagine what you're going to create then? Yes. Healing, most definitely, abundance, flow, everything in between. But most importantly, you're going to be connected back to who you are. You cannot connect to who you are as long as you have negative feelings about yourself and about the world. I hope this helps. Please take this with you. And as always, it is completely up to you for what you receive. I love the comments. Keep them coming. If I can help in any way, I certainly want to. Like this video if it's speaking to you, and make sure to subscribe. And as always, my unconditional love.